Hello and welcome back to Shakir Adair's Fashion History. And it's the first time in a while that I am doing another actually fashion history video, and I'm excited to be doing this again. Um I haven't done one since before my birthday. I just turned 18, by the way. I'm gonna do this again, and today I have a very special video. Um One of my idols and one of the most legendary pieces in the world. So let's definitely get into this. We are going to be discussing Marilyn Monroe's Happy Birthday John F. Kennedy dress. The dress that she wore to sing Happy Birthday to none other than United States President John F. Kennedy. Now, I believe it was May 19th, 1962. That's when the celebration was held. So John F. Kennedy had a really big birthday bash at Madison Square Garden. As we all know, that is one of that. I think it is the most legendary arena in the world, one of the biggest. So he had a birthday bash at Madison Square Garden, and the lineup included, Jack Benny. It had Maria Callas, Diane Carroll, um, Ella Fitzgerald, um, and many, many more. And Marilyn was the last performer in the lineup, and everybody knew she was going to put on a show because there were things in the tabloids. There were rumors going around of an alleged affair between Marilyn and the president. I'm personally not, I have my own opinions and theories on their, quote unquote relationship. I do believe most of it is blown way out of proportion, but I don't think I would speak on that for this video. But it could have happened, it could have not happened, but that is none of my business. That is none of your business. It is the people who were involved's business. So let's get into it. So Marilyn was currently working on a picture which was called Something's Got to Give. She had already been in trouble because Marilyn was known to be always late on set. She was late, sometimes she didn't show up. So she took the day off and she flew to New York from California to sing Happy Birthday to John F. Kennedy. Now, I believe May 18th, Marilyn, she left her New York apartment where she lived when she was in New York, and she went to Madison Square Garden for the rehearsal. And this is Marilyn now. As you can see, she's wearing, she's not wearing any makeup. She's wearing sunglasses, and just, regular pants and, regular heels. And I believe those heels are Salvador Ferragamo, and the, scarf. This is Marilyn again. No makeup, hair not done. She's rehearsing for the big night. And the top that she is wearing in this picture is Emilio Pucci. That is an Emilio Pucci blouse, and as you can see, it's green. This was one of her favorite pieces of clothing. Marilyn was really big. She loved to wear Emilio Pucci, and I do know who owns this top. If you guys look at right here, it is owned by www.marilynmonroecollection.com, and his name on Instagram is Marilyn Monroe Collection, and his Facebook is Marilyn Monroe Collector. I believe his name is Scott, but you guys should definitely check him out. He owns many pieces and many items that once belonged to Marilyn. He is a Maryland historian as well as I am. So shout out to Scott. So yeah. And there is actual footage of her leaving her apartment going to the rehearsal. So I'm gonna put that in here. Marilyn knew that the event was going to be star studded. Star studded, star with a capital S, and studded with a capital S. She knew that this event was going to be something spectacular. So she called upon designer to the stars, costume instructor designer, Jean Louis, who is a Parisian costume designer, and he has designed for the likes of Rita Hayworth. He created her entire wardrobe for the movie Gilda. I have a video on that. It was like my last fashion history video of Gilda. You definitely should go check that out. He has also created for the likes of Lana Turner, Ava Gardner, Loretta Young, and Marlena Dietrich. So Marilyn calls upon him, and he gets Bob Mackie to design the dress. This is the original sketch that Bob Mackie did in 1962 for Marilyn Monroe. She wanted her dress to stand out and be something spectacular. She had recently lost weight, so she knew her figure was amazing. Everyone knew her figure was amazing. And this is the sketch repurposed for 2016 that Bob Mackie redid. And also Bob Mackie has designed for the likes of Cher, Diana Ross, and many, many more. The dress was created out of a sheer, thin like fabric. In Hollywood, they call the fabric souffle. If you look at Cher's, I would say 1975 Met Gala outfit that she wore to the Metropolitan Museum of Art in New York City, she's also wearing a souffle fabric, very sheer, very tight, and and it's kind of a nude-esque fabric. So he created that for Marilyn, and he also got over two, I want to say 2,500, over 2,500 Swarovski crystals. And they are hand stitched, like literally hand stitched onto the dress in a Rosetta formation. And I am like positive this dress is like heavy as hell, considering the amount of crystals that are embedded on that dress. Swarovski crystals at that. And there is a zipper on the back of the dress. There has been speculation that she was just automatically sewn into the dress. She wasn't. There is a zipper on the back of the dress. But to tighten the dress on her so it can have that lacquered onto the body look, she was stitched a little bit into the dress. And on the back of the dress, there are holes where the stitching was placed for, to tighten it and also to, repair it. As you see here, Marilyn is pictured leaving her New York apartment in the dress, and she tops off the look with a white mink coat. And Marilyn's date that night was her former husband's father. Marilyn was previously married to one of the most educated and respected playwrights in the world, Arthur Miller, who wrote that Death of a Salesman. If you haven't checked it out, you should, because it is amazing. His father was her date, even though they had divorced. I'm sure she was still close with him and his family. So she took his father as a date. As you can see, this is Marilyn in the elevator. Her hair is done. She has on the diamond earrings. And she's in the white mink coat. And as you can see, there is the dress on her body. Marilyn is photographed here entering Madison Square Garden privately. She is accompanied by her, I believe that is her publicist and assistant, Pat Newcomb. And you can see, first of all, she's just beautiful. This is in the 60s, so she does have a more of a, 60s type hairdo, very kind of stiff at this point in time in the early 60s. This is when hair was very hairspray, and God forbid it should have moved. So, like I said, she's wearing the white mink coat, and this is the dress onto her. You can see the Swarovski crystals like blinging, and it's just something so spectacular to even just see. And these are her shoes. She is wearing satin pumps. So yeah. When it came time for Marilyn to take center stage, she was in the back and she was going to be introduced by Peter Lawford. Peter Lawford was one of Marilyn's friends, and he was also friends with Marilyn's friends. He was a part of the Rat Pack, which was a group with Dean Martin, Frank Sinatra, Sammy Davis Jr., and, you know, those guys. Plus, he was John F. Kennedy's brother-in-law. I believe he was married to John F. Kennedy's sister. So, of course, he would be there, and he was there to introduce Marilyn Monroe. So, when it was time for her to come on stage, once again, she was late, notorious for being late. She was present inside of the building, but she was late going onto the stage for whatever reason. It could have been stage fright, or, you know, something just wasn't right. But so yeah. So Peter Lawford introduced Marilyn 3 times, and the third time she appears on the stage, and the Swarovski crystals take center stage for that dress. As you can see, the dress looks lacquered, like it looks painted onto her shape. And Peter Lawford removes her mink coat, and she proceeds to sing Happy Birthday. This is Marilyn on stage from a different angle. Look at that. And this is an audience glimpse of Marilyn. And there is footage of her singing Happy Birthday to Mr. President that night.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Mr. President. Happy birthday to you.
After the night was over and all the guests who bought tickets proceeded to make their way back to their homes, all the performers and, you know, guests that were invited by Kennedy and his team went backstage to chat. As you can see, this is Marilyn with opera singer and legend Maria Callas. And this is the only, like, literally only that I've seen. The only surviving public picture of Marilyn Monroe and John F. Kennedy together in the same room. Once again, look at the dress on her body. Like, it's literally like tight, and she's holding a glass of champagne as usual. Marilyn, towards the end of her life, mostly really in the 60s, Marilyn was she always drank champagne. I think it was her favorite drink. I think she drank a lot of Dom Perignon champagne, and, you know, that's her preference. Later on that night, there was a after party at the home of Matilda Krim. As you can see, a lot of the guests are there. There's even some piled on the stairs. And so yeah, and they're all watching the likes of the amazing Diane Carroll. And I will be doing a video on Diane Carroll since it has been a year since her passing. She is a trailblazer for the Black community, but that's for a different video. As you can see, Marilyn Monroe is here. If you can't spot her, then that's kind of sad. But that's Marilyn Monroe right there, basically in the center, watching Diane Carroll. And I'm sure President Kennedy was there. But they're at Matilda Krim's house, and they say the party went on till almost sunrise. But Marilyn Monroe did not stay. Marilyn Monroe went home around 3 in the morning, and the rest is history. She went home, and that was the end of the night. No matter how legendary the night is, Marilyn Monroe stunned and she looked amazing in her John Louis creation with the Swarovski crystals. That dress is the most expensive dress to ever be sold at auction, going for about probably over $5 million, making it the most expensive dress in the history of selling. Marilyn just looks stunning, and this night will forever be a night to remember, not only in Hollywood, but in American politics. I am Shakira Adair. Thank you for tuning in to Shakira Adair's Fashion History, and I will be doing more fashion history videos in the future. Thank you so much.